Since I am making this tutorial for beginners to mid-level developers, I am trying to keep it as simple as possible. This Docker Compose file can be configured in a more advanced way, which will make our application much more secure. I will show this advanced level configuration in another tutorial. So stay connected with me so that you don't miss new tutorials. So, here I am define all the database configuration properties as I described earlier. Now, I am defining the volume, where all this database configuration and all other related files and data will be stored. Here I name this volume as Postgres_data. And I am specifying the path of this volume. In this case, if you know some basics of Linux, it will be easy to understand the path that I am defining here. But I hope you already have an idea about this path. Now, let's move on to web services. First we need to build our project. This command initiates the process of building a Docker image. Here represents the current directory. It tells Docker to use the current directory as the build context, meaning that all files and subdirectories within the current directory are available for the Docker build process. And after that I am executing a command to run our Django project. And you already know this command. And here we are also defining a volume. In this case we are referring to the working directory, which is /app as the volume, which we previously defined in the Docker file. Now defining the post where forwarding port will be 8181. Here we have to do one important thing, that is since our web service depends on DB service, we have to use depends on property where we will refer to DB service. This means that DB service has to run first and then web service will run. Now we will define a common volume for all these services so that all the configuration and related files of the services we define in this file are stored in this volume. In this case, I am referring to the volume I defined as Postgres data. You can define another volume directory if you want. Now we have another very important task left. Since we are now using a PostgreSQL database, we need to change the database connection configuration in our settings.py file. First of all we have to change name of database engine. Here I am writing PostgreSQL instead of mysql. Now let's look at the Docker Compose file to see the database name and database credentials that we defined for our database, which we will use as database credentials in our settings.py file. So I'm writing the database name and its credentials here. I am saying again that these configurations can be made more secure. Since this is a tutorial for beginners and mid-level developers, I am trying to present it in a simple way. Stay connected with me so that you can get new tutorials as soon as I upload them.